Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel video tutorial we will learn that how we can save the data in database. So we will do it with the HTML form help. So first of all we will make a HTML form in the view, then we will make controller and model, then we have to make the route for view and as for the controller. Then we will write the code for save data in the table, and at the last I will ask you an interview question. You can attempt this question in the comment box also. Yes, I will show you a very important error when you just want to save the data in the database. Then might be you will face this error, and I will tell you that how you can resolve it. So you can say that this is a very straightforward tutorial to just save the data in the database. We will create everything from the scratch, right? So let's look out for the my database. This is my blog, my database, and my table name is members. I already have here 17 members, and we will add the 18, 19 and 20s, like more members here with the help of HTML form now, right? When you just want to connect with the database, first of all you need to check that you did the configuration or not for your project with the connecting the database. So you need to do the three changes. First of all you need to add the database name. So in my case database name is blog, here you can see that. Then it's a username. In my case my username is root, and my password is this. Might be in your case password can be blank, so keep in mind that. Don't try to just copy this one. So now first of all we have to create a form. So just go for the resources view, and let's create a new file, and let's write here add member dot blade dot php, and just simply write here html. Or you don't need to write there html and all, so you can just simply put here like add members, so that you can just see a headline here. And after that let's add a simple form, and my method will be the post. Then we have to take the CSRF token, so that it can validate that we are sending the request from the right site. Then just add here some input type like text. Name can be name. Why I am just taking the name as name? Because I have the three fields, name, email and address, and I will take the same name. You can take the different name also if you want, but I will prefer that it should be the same. Placeholder like enter name or something. Then br tag, let's take 2 br tags, so that we can just maintain some space between the fields. Password, okay, no, we don't need password. We have the email field, then we have the address field, and at the last just simply write here email and address. And now let's make a route for it, and let's go to the web.php. Just write here route, and just write here view method name, and add is my URL, and add members. It's a member or members? It's a member, so just write it, and at the last let's put the semicolon. Now let's try to access the add. Now you can see that we have the three fields, but we don't have button, so let's make a button also, and just write here add member, class, or let's define the type, can be submit. Right now this form is ready to submit, but we also need the controller and model. So just write here php artisan make model, and let's create the controller first. And controller name can be like member controller. right? And let's see where this is created inside the app http, and here it is, right? Let's define a function here, and let's say function name is add data or something, and just put it blank for a moment. And when we are accepting the data from the form, then we have to just put the parameter here with the request type. So just put here request, and just simply write here $request, right? And now let's make a route for this one also. So just write here route post, and for the post we will add again add URL. We can have the two URL with the same name, but the method should be the different, right? And now let's just put the path of this controller. So just use app http, then define the controllers, and let's put that name right here, right? And now let's just take second parameter as an array, put your class name or controller name, and just put here class, and in the second parameter just add the function name which you defined in the controller, which is add data. So just write here add data, right? So that's great. Now let's define this add route on the action of your form. This is also done now. And now let's make the model also. So just write here PHP artisan make model. And what should our model name? Our model name should be member, because our table name is members. And as I told you in the previous video also, that the database table name should be the plural and our model name should be the singular if you want to map them without defining the table name, right? And just put here member, hit then enter, and we got this you can say the control model inside the models and member here, right? So now let's import this inside the controller. So just write here use app models and model name which is member, right? Now let's define the instance of it. Let's say member equal to new member, right? And now just write here member name will be come from the request, and with the name field name. So let's define the two more. One is the email address, and now the second one is the email, and put here address. Just define here address also, right? So these also defined, and at the last let's just use here $member arrow save. Now when you want to try to save it, then you will find a error here. So let me just save like Sam, email ID is sam@sam.com, and address will be, let's say, Gurgaon, right? And add it. Now you can see that we got an error with the column unknown column update. Why this is coming? Because Laravel expected that in every table of your database should have the two field. One is updated at, here you can see that updated at, and second one is the created at. But we don't have these tables, so should we create them? If you want to create them, then you can create. You don't need to just do some extra configuration. But if you don't want to define them because your table structure is already fine, then you can just do one thing. Let's go to the member and just define a public property timestamp, right, and it will be false, right. So now let's try to save it. Right, I think I just made some mistake in this. Yep, I don't need to define another a here, actually I just got that. Now let's try to save it. Alright, so now you can see that we got the blank page, but data is stored here. So if you want to check it, you can just check it. I have some issue with the page by admin, so ignore these warnings. And here you can see that sam Gurgaon and the SAM entry has been done. So now let's just redirect it, return, redirect on add, right. And now let's try to again enter some values. Let's say I just want to put here like Anil Sidhu, email address anil@test.com, and email address is Anil. Alright, this is the address, let's say Noida, and just save it. Now you can see that after just processing these data, this is automatically redirect on the add page back again, right. But if you want to check the data, then our entry has been done at the number of 19 with the Anil Sidhu name. So this is the way that how we can add the data. So now what is the question? So can we just save the data in the two table as we just saved the data in a one table, right? So what is the best approach to save the data in two table with the one model? So you can comment this answer in the comment box if you want to do, otherwise that's okay. Thanks for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe my channel, and God bless you.